Welcome, friends, to $0 to $1 million in Shopify sales. This is episode number 4. If you want to see a little bit of the background of what I've been doing, head back to the other episodes. But today we're going to launch the brand. We're going to talk about what the brand name is and why we came up with that brand name. And I'm going to show you the products that we're actually going to be starting to sell. So the milestone moment for me right now is I'm going to tell you the brand name and the URL. The website is currently live and you'll be able to follow along from here on in with me as I develop out this $0 to $1 million in sales Shopify store. So I've got a big pile of goodies to open. I thought I'd take you along for the ride to open them with me. And once we've done that, we'll actually talk about the brand and who we are and what we're going to be doing. So let's go get that stuff. So after a few years, 15 years actually in the industry of e-commerce, building other people's stores, running my own stores, I've kind of been thinking, what is the bread and butter item that everyone needs? I reckon we're going through a bit of a recession, right? As much as people don't want to admit it, money is tight, consumer spending is down a little bit, and it's potentially a tough time to get into a new business. So I've been trying to think, what is the number one product and how do I offer that product and how do I bring it to market so that people respect what I'm doing, I guess, and and at the end of the day, so I'll make sales. So I've been doing my research. I've been buying stuff from brands like LSKD, who are over here in Australia, a massive apparel, gym apparel, workout sort of apparel gear. They're like the Australian version of Gymshark. So trying to work out what LSKD's user experience is. And then I've just got a lot of products that have come from different stores. So I thought, let's go through and unpack these one by one as I explain a little bit about the journey of what we're going through. So first one, LSKD. Packaging is sustainable. They talk about growing 1% every day. This is a compostable plastic bag, which I liked. Beautiful sort of mailer insert. Ash was the customer service representative that packed that one for me. It was interesting to learn about LSKD in how they package and how they operate. That got me thinking then about packaging and packaging options. And I thought I would then go down the rabbit hole of looking at packaging. And I started ordering physical packaging because I really like the way that LSKD did their, I guess it's that sustainable packaging, that compostable packaging. So I then started looking what a few other brands do, and I ended up actually ordering some packaging from brands like these guys. Are heaps good. They are literally an eco packaging brand. They do organic mailing bags. I think there's 25 bags in here, and that's a sustainable way for e-commerce businesses to start reducing plastic waste. From there, I then researched another one, which was called Hero Pack. And let's have a look at what Hero Pack does. So this bag is a compostable padded mailer bag. So they're using compostable products to build their padded mailers. And let's have a look at their user experience. Nothing else in that bag. Nice little tie, and they've got their consumable packaging there. So this is the brand and this is the packaging that all the other e-commerce brands are using. So if you want to use sustainable packaging, you go to a brand like Hero Pack and you get your packaging from them. That got me thinking, right? I then started thinking, how do I do my own packaging? Initially, my idea for a product was going to be a coffee business. And I wanted to run a coffee brand that ran essentially I guess it's a coffee brand that has additives into it, like collagen coffee, CBD coffee, different coffee additives. And I was very close to buying an old customized business, and I backed out at the 11th hour because I just got a gut feeling that the conversation wasn't as good as it maybe needed to be if they were going to be a supplier of mine long term. But while I was going through that journey, this one's interesting, I started researching packaging and started learning about all the different biodegradable packaging and all the different compostable packaging. And I thought, I'm just going to go down the rabbit hole and order a bunch of packaging samples from China and see what that looks like and how I could take this coffee brand to this consumable kind of next level by, so that feels like a poly bag, which I don't think is biodegradable. This one feels biodegradable. Hey baby, I'm here. I just wanted to get a few samples and have a look at different samples. They all felt like poly bags. This one looks like an eco sort of mailing bag. That's quite big. So I wanted to learn a little bit about what happens to this packaging, how it's biodegradable. Casey and I love to eat healthy. We love to compost. We are starting to grow veggies ourselves in a veggie garden. So this was really important for me to learn about all the different processes in the e-commerce industry. And this is one sort of industry that I didn't really think about. I mean, there's so many different options with packaging, right? Everyone has really leveled up with their packaging use and really started to do packaging better. I opened this one the wrong way. FedEx's packaging is something I probably should have looked at a little bit better. Like FedEx, I'm not sure if FedEx is using biodegradable packs yet. They don't feel like it. They feel like a plastic poly mailer bag. Not even sure what this thing is. Let's cut this one open a bit more. A lot of these bags I started ordering months ago when I was first looking into this packaging route, and then I got busy with everything else and kind of haven't really investigated this side of things any further. Until today. This has all been sitting on a shelf in my office, and today's the day that I finally wanted to go through it all. I feel a little bit lame. Like I've got like YouTube channels that I watch, like Peter McKinnon. He's got all these fancy knives, and here I am with my my chef's knife out of the top drawer in the kitchen. Man, this packaging is actually quite tough to get into. We have got the packaging of all packaging here. There's like boxes upon boxes upon layers upon layers. I don't even know what this one is. Okay, so this one is compostable mailing bags. Okay, so this is one of the companies that I narrowed down my options to, and I actually asked for more samples from this customer in the end. So I wanted to see the transparency or translucency of white bags. I wanted to see how printing works, what it looks like. I believe in this industry, some things like I'm 100% compostable mailer. I think that's actually a brand, a trademark of one brand here in Australia. This is an Austrian brand. So I started getting down the rabbit hole of compostable packaging, and that rabbit hole got deeper and deeper and deeper. And then I started thinking about other areas of the industry and other areas of the industry that make sense to, for me to be sustainable in my packaging. And one of those things that I thought was one of the biggest wastes in resources, in paper and in landfill then became, I think, what's in this box, which I really thought about. So shipping labels were one of the biggest items, or one of the biggest consumable items that I went through and I go through as a e-commerce brand owner. And shipping labels are something that we all use in e-commerce world. They're something that we all take for granted, and they're something that at the end of the day goes into landfill with that packaging. And it got me thinking about the shipping labels that I'm going to use, and if I've gone and done all this research on compostable mailing bags, but I'm sticking plain old paper or poly shipping labels to those compostable mailing bags, how am I doing the right thing for the environment there? And how am I then, is that bag actually going to break down? Is that label going to break down? Am I doing the right thing? So I got then on the rabbit hole of these compostable shipping labels, and I use a Dymo 4XL or a Dymo 5XL as my shipping label printer currently. And I started then researching compostable shipping labels. And I've noticed in a lot of YouTube videos that I watch, while we're all using that 4" by 6" or that Dymo 4XL size, there's two different ways that I've seen brands actually use shipping labels. And the first one is in the traditional Dymo 4XL roll. The other way I've been seeing a lot of brands use them is in these loose leaf kind of folds. So I forget what it's called, but it kind of starts coming out in a folding manner, and that just feeds through a different style of printer. Now, these printers then got me thinking, like, I've seen a lot of brands that have set up their shipping labels and their pack orders so that for each brand, the first sticker or the first sheet might be the shipping label that goes on the package, and then the second one might be the pack list for that particular order. And so the printer actually prints off 2 per order, and this one would be your shipping label and this one would be your pack list. And I thought that's really interesting, but I can't do that in my Dymo 4XL printer. So that led me to researching printers. And this is where the rabbit hole got really, really big, because I started researching some of these other brands that sell printers, and I couldn't find one. I did find one that I liked, but then I kind of got deep and started looking at the supplier of that, because I thought, you know, that might be an actual product that I could sell. And this is where I've got a confession to make. By the time I got this deep into the journey of working out what my packaging was going to be, by the time I got this deep into going through different options for compostable mailing bags, for shipping labels, I started researching where to get my own printer. By this time, the coffee brand was starting to wane on me, and I was starting to have a few questions about whether or not I should be doing this coffee brand, because the supplier was starting to, I guess, not communicate as well as I felt they need to. And that's when I went and ordered this. I haven't actually looked at this before, but this is what stemmed the idea of essentially what is going to become the product base of what I'm doing. I started researching and found that if I wanted to do my folding shipping labels, I needed a different printer. And oh, Casey's home. And then I sourced these printers from China. They are exactly the same as some of the other brands that I've seen are selling, and I got a good price on them. So that's actually going to be one of the products that I'm selling. We're actually going to be selling printers for e-commerce industries and printers to print out off either rolls of Dymo 4XL rolls or off these sheet folds with product number 1, a printer. Hello, wife.
Sorry, step into your scene.
Hello.
Hello.
Goodbye.
What are you doing?
Just going through packaging. How's the gym?
I feel sick.
You feel sick? Did you push yourself a little bit too hard? Guess what? I just told them that we're going to be selling printers.
Oh, awesome.
And I told them that we're going to use this printer paper, which is compostable and biodegradable and compostable, and these two things go together.
Perfect.
And that's going to be one of the things we sell. I'm still recording.
You can start recording.
Do you want to come and push stop record for me? On the back of that camera, push the little red dot. So after going through this route of packaging, not packaging, coffee, not coffee, researching all these different options for packaging, like these core flute kind of bags, understanding and learning the industry and working out what's doable, what's not doable, having a look to see that even brands like Amazon now are using cardboard mailers, like these cardboard mailers with kind of like bubble eco packaging. I really got thinking, love it when the dogs walk around the house on me. Hey, go to your bed. By this time, the coffee idea was completely gone. Although I love coffee and I've come from the coffee industry back in the day, I couldn't get the supplier network working. So I turned my thoughts, had a chat with Casey, had a chat with Brophy, who works for us, and we just tried to work out what is that toothpaste or that toilet paper? What is that one product that, regardless of what happens with the industry of e-commerce, regardless of what happens with consumer spending, what is that one product that everyone actually needs? And that one product wasn't a consumer-facing product in the sense of what we'd been thinking. That one product actually was, in the end, the packaging that the consumers are purchasing products in. And that goes back to that purchase of a pair of running tights for Casey from LSKD, and having a look at the sustainability that they do with their packaging and thinking, there's lots of brands that aren't doing that yet. There's lots of brands that need help with doing that. And then that light bulb moment kind of clicked. And we thought, well, we kind of know what to do now. This is essentially the toothpaste of the e-commerce industry, or this is the toilet paper of the e-commerce industry. And it dawned on us that let's create a sustainable packaging business and let's help pack to the future, if you might have a little pun on words. And let's make sure that we're doing the right thing in the future for e-commerce brands as we help and grow and scale them. So a lot of these samples that you're now seeing happen to actually be samples trying to work out this whole industry of sustainable packaging, biodegradable packaging, and compostable packaging. And that led us down the path to a pivotal moment of deciding that packaging is going to be what we actually do. So we then got very deep into the industry and worked out what we wanted to do and how we wanted to do it. And that's where, if we're going to use compostable packaging as a main product that we're selling, which, spoiler alert, we are going to be doing compostable mailing bags. We're going to be doing cardboard mailers. We're going to be doing compostable shipping labels in either a round or a leaf feed, I think it's called. And we're also going to be offering the printer to use either of those labels. The fun thing then was coming up with a brand name, coming up with a meaning, coming up with everything behind the scenes. And there was a few different brand names that got thrown out there. And then the particular brand that we decided to go with just resonated with us. We're from a generation that would understand this straight away, but it also means something in the future for us. It means something as we're going to grow this business over time. And what we then did was got another round of samples from one of these particular companies. We liked dealing with them. We liked what they stood for. And we actually got some samples for ourselves. And that's where I want to introduce you to our new baby, Pack to the Future. So Pack to the Future is going to be the brand that Casey and I are running. Brophy's going to help us with the marketing, and I've got one new special person who's going to be coming along to help us with the behind the scenes admin and just building the process, which I'll introduce her in the coming weeks. But welcome to the launch of Pack to the Future. The website is packtothefuture.co. We're going to now build that out together over the next couple of months, and we're going to follow this journey of our sustainable packaging brand through to $1 million in sales. So what we've got here is a bunch of samples, and I already know that we're going to be offering two colors to start with. So we've got a black Pack to the Future package, and we've got a pink Pack to the Future package. So I really wanted to future-proof this brand and make sure that we had the feminine marketplace sorted, and I wanted to make sure we have that more of a masculine male marketplace sorted, or that kind of more generic black packaging. So we're going to have this packaging available in multiple different sizes. we're actually going to be offering to free packaging for startup brands. So one of the big things coming up is I'm going to be showing you how we're going to offer free packaging or $0 upfront packaging. And then we're going to also build in the sales of our shipping labels, our printer. Down the line a little bit further, we'll also be talking about how we're selling either our paper padded bags or our plastic padded bags. So there you have it, guys. A brand has just been born. The brand is Packed to the Future. Casey and myself are super excited to bring this one to you. And this is it. This is what we're doing. This is what we're going to make $1 million in sales with through this new e-commerce store that we've got. Next episode, we're going to jump right in and start building this Shopify store further. So packtothefuture.co or packtothefuture.com.au is now live. You can see where I'm at. I'm using the Cali's theme that we talked about last episode, and we're going to be custom developing that to make sure that it is a high converting website selling this packaging in multiple sizes, multiple colors, and we will expand the range as we go through this process of building this business. I'm bloody excited about this. I've been holding on to this. This sample alone of our own packaging has been sitting in a bag for about 3 weeks waiting to open it because I've been so damn busy with all my other businesses. I've been over the other side of the country. Casey and I have been away for a weekend away to recharge ourselves. In 2 weeks' time, we're away again as a family. But Packed to the Future is now born, and we're now going to get cracking in the growth of this business. Yoo!